Hi everyone, welcome to another Good Ride review. In this review we are talking compression and specifically knee compression sleeves. This is a look at the compression sleeves from CEP. So we'll be covering the lightweight, midweight, and max weight knee sleeves from CEP. This review specifically is on the midweight, but you can find the other two reviews over at the Good Ride as well if you're interested. So a little bit of backstory about my experience with compression sleeves. I haven't used them before. This is my first experience using compression sleeves during snowboarding or hiking or any of the other activities that I normally do. So I've never had any massive knee injuries or surgery or anything like that, knock on wood. But I do have knee pain just from, years and years of high impact sports. And I also have a few kind of overuse injuries that flare up from time to time if I'm kind of pushing my knees a little too hard. And so this was really interesting to be able to use these, especially side by side with the different compression ranges during hiking and snowboarding. And so I mostly use the max sleeve during snowboarding, and I use the lightweight and the midweight during my hikes. And my hikes out here in the Sierra average about 7 miles a day and can range anywhere from 1,000-foot elevation gain to 2,000-foot elevation gain. So quite a bit of up and down, and that's really what starts getting my knees. Or if I'm on a trail that has really big steps, really big stone steps built into them, that's when, they start feeling it, especially on the downhill, not so much on the uphill. That's my experience with these, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, let's talk about a few of the features. So this is the midweight sleeve, and I tried it in the extra small size. So these range from extra small to extra large, and they are unisex sizing. So how you fit it properly is you measure the circumference of your thigh and the circumference of your calf, just above the knee and just below the knee. For the thigh, they range from a circumference of 15.5 inches up to 22 inches, and for the calf circumference, they range from 10.75 inches up to 17.25 inches. And so for me, the extra small fit my specs the best. The circumference of my thigh is 16.5 inches, and then the circumference of my calf is 13 inches. And so the extra small definitely fit me better. I tried the small in the matte support, and then the extra small in the light and the medium support, and these definitely stayed better, and they felt like the compression was a bit more where it should be. Let's check out a few of the features for the mid-support knee sleeve. The cool part about these, there's no seam at all on them, so they're kind of woven in a circular pattern, and the weave pattern changes depending on the type of compression they want for the area of the leg or knee. And so this one has like a wider section on the top of the knee, and then the knee area itself is different, and then the section down here is different. And then there's a little bit of a different type of shape on the back of the knee, and then you get the top band to hold it, and then the bottom doesn't have a band. The top band on the mid knee support, I'd say, is the most bulky part of this whole sleeve, and it also has these little silicone bubbles up here to help it stay up, and I felt like it did stay in place for sure. I'll give you a look at the inside here. So again, no seams at all. The only part that has a seam is where the top elastic band is sewn onto the actual sleeve. So there is a seam that goes around here and a seam that goes up here. And then the bottom part has a little bit of a seam with where the finishing thread kind of meets around. So this part has a little bit of a bump there, and then there's a little bit of a bump where everything up here meets. Other than that, it's very seamless. There's no other ridges or anything in the actual sleeve. Now, while I was using this, I used this one on a few different hikes, and for some reason, this one, I got a little bit of some hot spots on the back of my knee. And it's weird because it wasn't during this, it was like in the middle of my knee, and I'm not sure why that was happening. But I did not get that with the max support or the light support. And that could just depend on, how it fit me personally. But yeah, other than that, I didn't feel anything else. So I did get a slight rubbing on the back of my knee with the midweight support. These are good for increased circulation. They're good for supporting and stabilizing the knee. I noticed that it definitely made a difference, like almost instantly. I would wear this on my knee going up and then switch, to the other knee going up, and then same with the downhill. And it was almost instant. I noticed like I get pain in the front of my knee, just under my kneecap going downhill, and when I would switch, the pain would switch. Like it was crazy. So this absolutely prevented the pain that I was getting in my knee when I was going down. And the cool part was I felt like it reduced the swelling. So like normally, if I'm out hiking on a summer day and it's hot, I'll get a little bit of swelling in my feet while I'm hiking and stuff, and this one helped reduce that for sure. Like, I noticed it. That was pretty cool. And then also I noticed that they seem to help with recovery time. So while I was wearing it, I don't know if it's because of the increased circulation or whatever, but my leg muscles were less sore the next day than they normally are. And so that was really neat because I don't know, I just didn't think that, you know, compression would make that big of a difference. Yeah, and I absolutely felt the stabilization of these, and I really do think that it helps reduce muscle fatigue on the way up. It's pretty neat that it offers all those things, and it's just a simple sleeve that you put on your knee and then you're good to go. So obviously this one is the mid support. It depends on how much support you're looking for. For me, I felt like the lightweight was perfect for me for hiking. This one is also okay, but I got similar effects with the lightweight, and so I feel like just for my knee issues and my knee needs, I guess, the lightweight was plenty. But, you know, if you're looking for a little bit extra added stabilization, the midweight's good, or you can go up to the max weight if you're looking for the most. So pretty simple, but straightforward. They do the job, they do the trick. Definitely just make sure that you measure correctly as far as like sizing, because you want to get the sizing correct so you get the right amount of compression and there's no movement in the knee sleeve as you're doing your activity. So let's say look at the midweight knee sleeve from CEP. If you're looking for the lightweight or the max weight, those are going to be at thegoodride.com. And you can also find the complete review and write up on the midweight sleeve at thegoodride.com also. Thanks for